in front of you, we have achievers, toppers, who once upon a time, few years ago, used to be like you, like student aspirants, and so today they are IAS officers and IRS officers. So we have. We'll just briefly introduce. We'll felicitate them. For all of you, I have brought small gift, just books. I know it is very difficult to read after once you succeed. You know what most aspirants, I mean, once you succeed, what you do, you don't read the Hindu newspaper ever. Once you succeed. And of course, NCRT, no, nothing. The first few months they will suggest, okay, do this, read this, and all, but they themselves will not be doing it. And after a few months, they will just say, go to this institution, go to this person, because they will never want to talk about it anymore. I mean, that is how the grueling this the whole journey will be. And also, just to speak from my perspective, it's a beautiful journey, right? I mean, seeing them here, once upon a time they were there, and the journey kind of transforms everything for you personally, for your family, for your community. I mean, you will have to just experience it. So, okay. So, I welcome you all. So, thank you so much for coming here. So, first is Hemant. So, he was earlier IPS and now he's IAS. He got Karnataka cadre. Please welcome him. Hemant. Book. Book. No. Keep them. Yes. And then we have Mr. Abhishek Gowda. So he was our OGP first batch student, and he has got IAS, and he will be going to Assam Meghalaya cadre. So welcome Abhishek Gowda. And we have Nidin. So he got rank 86, 89, yeah. So and he got IRS IT. So he would have got IPS if not for height. But welcome Nidin, very hardworking, very. Thank you so much. We have Vishnu here. He is also our OGP first batch student. He got IRS IT. So welcome Vishnu. Thank you. And finally, we have Vivek with us. Vivek, he got IAS this time, and he was teaching earlier at Insights and has been a mentor here. And in fact, so they are also mentoring our students here. Though they are despite the busy schedule, they make it a point that they guide our Insights students. You can also avail their guidance in the future. So welcome Vivek. Thank you so much. Okay. So now just a formal thing, shawl and bouquet. So basically, we don't like formal functions. We are very poor at formal functions insights. We have actually never inaugurated any function. You know, the lamp and prayer song before the function. No, whatever we do, we directly start. Okay. So I'm so happy that they could come here and they will briefly talk to you about their journey and a few words they'll be talking about your journey, how to make best use of the days ahead, the months ahead. Okay, so we'll welcome Vivek IAS to speak first.
Thank you, Vinay sir, and thank you, Insights, and welcome you all. So I hope everybody are freshers, is it? Yeah. So yeah, welcome to the journey. For some, it's gonna be long journey. For few, it's gonna be short journey, and few of you will drop out. So I hope nobody will drop out, and most of you will get through and qualify. Uh, and speaking about exams, so most of us here, we are all the product of Insights. So, and our journey has been a very long journey. It's never been an easy journey as such. So I got through in my IRS in my fifth attempt, and IAS in sixth attempt. So it's been quite a long journey. So most of them, it won't be that long a journey, but why I'm telling this is, the one thing that matters here is patience, perseverance. So you should keep your patience and you should keep on persevering. So that is one major thing that you should do. So now if I'm talking now, my talk will be on how the preparation should be and what are the do's that you should do, and more than do's, what are the don'ts, because most of the times we do those things which are not needed, and most of our energy, emotions, effort, money, everything will go on those things where it doesn't really matter. Okay, so when it comes to prelims first, so one mantra is that keep minimum number of books. Don't run behind books, don't run behind materials. So just go to your faculties and ask for those 1 or 2 books which you should stick on to. So rather than studying like 6 books for once or twice, so just keep 1 or 2 books and revise it for 5 to 10 times. So that is very, very important. That is, keep your number of books very limited. So the first thing that you are gonna do from today is just list down the topics. That is, okay, how many subjects are there in prelims? History is there, economics is there, polity is there, geography, environment, art and culture. So other than this, current affairs. So they won't ask anything beyond this. So, and every subject, be it history may you have two books for each, or environment may you have 1 or 2 books. So just keep those 10 to 12 books on your study table, and don't take any books. So while choosing the book, first choose your book very wisely, do your investigation, so ask people, so choose those books and just stick to those books. Okay, so because most of the times what happens is, see, after joining here, what you guys will do is you'll attend the classes. After that, you'll go to library to study, and most of the times when you're going to library to study, few people might have come from Delhi to here, and they might have got some material. Somebody from Hyderabad would have got some other material. So I'm very sure many of you will get lost in those materials, and every time you pick up new material, you will find that this material is good. So just stick to this basic thing, that is, there are some standard books which all the mentors and all the faculty here will suggest and give you the list of it. So just stick to those books and revise it as many times as you can. Okay, so that is one basic mantra of it. And next is mains. So your prelims and mains preparation should go in an integrated way, and actually Insights actually goes with that philosophy only, that prelims and mains preparations are not separate, and Insights actually integrates both your prelims as well as mains preparation. So when you are writing your, or when you are studying for prelims history, so also just look into the papers, like how the mains questions are coming, so, and how you can write those answers. And Insights ka secure, I think everybody have visited Insights website once at least, right? So at least Insight ka secure questions will be there, so where the current affairs questions, they'll update daily, so on GS 1, 2, 3, 4, all 4. So just take those questions and try to answer those questions. Though if you start writing in another month or so, your answers will be very crude, I agree. So because how we write in our engineering or how we write in a graduation, it is completely different from how we write our answers in mains. So you should orient yourself, or your answers should streamline in UPSC per se. So just start writing and get it evaluated, or show it to Vinay sir, show it to the mentors, and just refine it. So mains is all about answer writing and refining your answers. So integrate your prelims preparation and as well as mains preparation. And there'll be a session on a newspaper reading also, and sir will take that. So when there is a newspaper reading session, so just don't spend your 2 hours 3 hours on newspaper. I agree, I mean, initially to understand the Hindu language, Hindu is very dry paper, so to understand that it's little difficult. So just ask, there'll be a session on newspaper reading, so don't spend more than 1.5 hours on Hindu, and just ask your mentors, like, am I reading correctly, or is it the way to read, and how should I make my notes? So I would suggest have your own notes, crisp notes on everything, all the topics, be it history, polity, and all that. And while choosing the optionals also, just do your research. So I mean, don't go and fall into any optional, but take some time. It's okay, even if you take 10 or 15 days, it's still fine, but take some time, do your research, and choose your optional very wisely, because optional certainly plays very major role in your success. So optional can make you in or out of the service. So just choose your options very wisely, and keep writing your answers, and do it repeatedly, and show to your mentors, because one of the best thing about insights is all of you will get a mentor. So just go to mentors, just be behind them, just show your answers, and make sure that your answers are improving. And at least once in a month, write your essay and ethics and show to Vinay sir. So just integrate your preparation, and whenever you have any doubts, or any silly doubt, or any trivial doubt for that matter, just don't think or don't find the solutions among yourselves, or don't discuss among yourself. Just approach mentors or approach Vinay sir. So you will certainly find your answers. So that's what I mean. There are, like, I'm not telling about the very minute things, I'm telling about the general philosophy. The general philosophy is, for prelims, don't get lost in the books, just keep your books limited and revise it as many times as you can. And when it comes to the mains, just do the answer writing, as many answers as possible, and go behind mentors and go behind Vinay sir, and make your answers, and correct it. I mean, just refine your answers as much as possible. Okay. And anyways, once you qualify mains, Vinay sir will guide for interview, so that part will be taken care completely. And other than that, just don't form bigger groups, just form the smaller groups among yourselves and discuss. I mean, there'll be an like-minded people, so create an like-minded 3 or 4 people's group, and just discuss among yourself. And the discussion should be strictly studies oriented, and should not be like you talk about the politics and all. It doesn't the power, prestige, name, or fame for the family, everything will come, but that should not be the primary driving force for us to prepare. So those are just the byproducts, but keep your value systems and keep your morals very high, so eventually you will get through. I mean, there might be 1 or 2 failures, so mentally also be prepared, because you are preparing yourself for one of the toughest exams of the country. So have patience, have perseverance, keep your value systems very high, and prepare in a streamlined manner. So, and you have made the first right decision to come to the mentors, go behind Vinay sir, just don't leave them at peace. So that's it. And I'll give my number here, if anybody want any personal guidance or any input, so you're always welcome. Thank you. And yeah, I forgot to tell, because I was teaching here for past 2 years, so I've seen many batches. So I was feeling really happy to come in this classroom and give this motivating sessions, because most of the times it will be like more, what we never do, those are the things we'll be telling, but these are the mistakes which we have learned over the period of time. So yeah, thank you Vinay sir, and thank you Insights. Yeah.
Thank you, Vivek, for a brief but very to the point, a very precise guidance that is given. Now I welcome Hemant to speak few words to you about the journey and about what to do. Thank you.
Okay, my introduction has been already given by Vinay sir. I was also the beneficiary and the student of Insights IAS. As along with Vivek, I started my preparation way back in 2014, and 2017 I got into first service, Danix. Then 2019 I got into IPS, and now into IAS. So before, Aika? Okay. I won't go into intricacies of how to prepare, because there are mentors with you who are going to tell you what to do and what not to do. So now I'll talk about certain things, certain qualities which is needed to be a good aspirant and to be a successful aspirant and to be a good officer also. I have taken this PPT from one of my IAS training session, which was given by another IAS officer, which motivated most of us here. First, let me start with a question. What qualities do you think which is needed to be a successful aspirant? Anyone? I mean, you can tell in general. You can, I mean, what is that right attitude? Okay, next. Okay, fine. Next. Loud. Very good. Next. Patience. Fine. Yeah, patience is one thing. Already Vivek sir told you that he started his preparation. He got into service in fourth attempt, first time. Apart from this, I mean, perseverance, determination, hard work, most of us have it. Okay, most of us have it, and in fact, the perseverance comes into picture when we have a good support system. In the sense, I had cleared my exam in my sixth attempt. I couldn't have done this without the support of my family, my friends, and my mentors and teachers like Vinay sir. Because otherwise, many of them have that capacity to carry on for sixth attempt, seventh attempt, fifth attempt. But why they don't do is not because that they don't have that inclination to be determined or to be perseverant to clear the exam. That is because they don't have that backup system. So don't think that clearing the exam in fifth and sixth attempt shows your determination and perseverance. It only shows that you have a good opportunity and you have a good support system to take you till fifth and sixth attempt. Very rarely people themselves arm for themselves and try to continue till fifth and sixth attempt. So your goal should be to clear this exam in first 2-3 attempts. Don't be burdened to your friends or family. Try to clear this exam in first 2 or 3 attempts. That is the goal you should have. You should not have determination and perseverance to carry this exam till fifth or sixth attempt or seventh attempt like us. I mean, I am telling my own story because I want you guys to learn from my mistake rather than considering myself as a very successful role model or someone else. Because I went till sixth attempt just because I had a very good support system. So one quality I would one quality which is very much needed for any officer or any aspirant is courage. What is that courage? I mean, I'm not asking the courage, the definition. You please tell me what is the courage you need to clear this exam? What is that courage you need to have to clear this exam? Can somebody tell what is that courage you need to have? Anyone? I mean, you can tell. I mean, nothing right or wrong. What is that courage you need to have?
Sacrifice a lot of things to be here to go through this process where you learn a lot of things and to have that perspective where you look at the world in a different way and put that in papers.
Great. I mean, I'll put it in short. You need to have the courage to come out of your comfort zones. Okay. Generally what will happen is, I mean, I'm also an engineer. Most of you are an engineers here or from different degree background. Generally what will happen is in our degree, we tend to study last 1 month and we need to clear the exam and you might even be the gold medalist. But that will not happen here. That will not happen in UPSC preparation. You should be very consistent. The first courage you need to have is come out of that comfort zone that I can clear this exam by preparing for the minimal number of hours. Okay, number of hours or number of days or number of months. The courage you need to have is to come out of your comfort zone. Now, I'll tell you one of the stories which was presented by an IAS officer, his own story, okay, which might motivate you. Okay, can you tell me, he is an IAS officer, I'll tell his name at the end. Can you tell me what is he doing here? Huh? Louder. Yes. Sir is a 2008 batch IAS officer. He comes from a very poor background from UP, and he has 3 siblings. First sibling was detected blind at the age of 20. I mean, he gradually lost his vision by the age of 20. And second sibling, he lost his sight at the age of 18. Okay, and his parents were from very poor background. It means they owned less than 2 acres of land. Okay, then finally their parents are praying that at least the third kid should not turn blind. Unfortunately, even the third kid turned blind at the age of 18. Okay, he slowly they lost the vision. But the sir did not give up his his ambition not to be an officer. His ambition was to somehow support his family. He did his economics from Delhi University. Okay, slowly he was turning blind. Okay, then he completed his NET exam, NET, and he was topper even there. Then somebody told him that why don't you try for civil services? So sir told, okay, let me start preparing. By then he lost his complete vision. I mean, he was slowly losing out his vision. Now he is reading UPSC material. The sir told us that to read 10 pages he used to take more than 12 to 13 hours. Okay, how many of you would take 12 to 13 hours here to study just 10 to 12 pages? Nobody. I think nobody will take that amount of time. But sir had that problem of reading very slowly because he was losing his vision. He used to use magnifying glass and read 10 to 12 pages for 12 hours a day. And his optional was economics, not a simple subject to study also. So he used to study for nearly 16 hours bending like this. He had lot of back pain. In spite of it, he came out of his comfort zone to study 10 to 12 hours just 10 to 12 pages a day. Okay. This is the courage you need to show at the end of the day to clear this exam. First thing you should do is come out of your comfort zone. Don't complain what all lacunae you have within you or what all facilities you won't get. Don't ever complain. Stop complaining. See, a person who is blind, who can study for 10 to 12 hours, just 10 to 12 pages, bending like this, who is having back pain continuously, if you can do it, definitely who are all here, don't have these issues at least. You need to come out of your comfort zone to clear this exam. Okay. Now, what happened next? Since he was an economics student, their question paper used to be like, explain this theory with relevant facts and figures and diagrams. Since he is a blind student, he had to take the help of a scribe. Okay. Scribes now, let's say you want to draw this diagram like equilibrium of demand and supply. You need to explain to scribe. How will you explain to him? You can't explain him. Draw a x-axis, y-axis, you can't explain to a scribe that you need to do. And scribe also will not be from the same background, and UPSC doesn't allow scribe to be from same background. These are the difficulties he faced in the exam. He wrote to UPSC, sir, please, I am a blind student. I can't have the same question paper as a normal student. I can't write diagrams. Please excuse me. UPSC did not reply. He wrote to DOPT. DOPT also did not reply. But finally, he had to overcome this challenge also. Okay. What he did next? Can you tell me what is this? Huh? Yes. These are the aluminum wires. Okay. Sir thought that why should I lose my chance? Let me come up with innovative way. I don't say this is an innovative way, but this is what shows his courage and determination to clear this exam. He came up with aluminum wires. He cut the aluminum wires into pieces and he used to go to the exam hall, place it in such a way that the scribe could see it and draw the diagram there. This is the courage and determination he showed to clear this exam. None of us have this problem, but still everyone will try to come up with our own shortcomings and try to come up with our own lacunae and explain, this time I am not able to clear this exam because I am not feeling well. This time I couldn't clear this exam because my mother was not well. See, this person was blind, who couldn't, UPSC did not give him the opportunity of writing the exam in a different way. Even then, he could come up with these ways to clear this exam. When he went to UPSC, a UPSC exam hall, when you go to UPSC is one of the exam centers. There will be a checking. The checking is done by CASF. Okay, CASF person told that, why are you carrying this? We will not allow this inside. He begged him, sir, please, if I don't carry this, I can't write this exam. Please allow me. Then he said, okay, do one thing. You should not carry in this way. You can't carry in this way. Dismantle everything and take it inside. Then he carried it inside and he drew this exam. I mean, he went to the exam. He did all this. I mean, all these things to clear the exam. And finally, then in 2008, he got 142nd rank. Okay, 142nd rank doing all this. Okay, today is collector in Madhya Pradesh, one of the best officers of Madhya Pradesh cadre. So this is the courage and determination you should show to clear this exam. Okay, don't think that determination and perseverance is required to clear this exam in 5th and 6th attempt. That is not the determination, perseverance. Okay, I'll tell you another example. I mean, sir remembers well. There was one of my friend and my batchmate by name Nikhil Bulawar. He scored in first time in essay, he scored 56 marks. 56 around that, okay. Then he wrote more than 50 essays and got corrected the essays from Vinay sir, and finally he got 156 marks. Now what generally I have seen students, sir, how to write an essay, please give one sample essay. Sample essays will not work. You should write and practice. See, sir wanted to draw the diagram. He did his own mechanism to do that. That is what shows the courage. When teachers or mentors gives you feedback that please draw this way, please draw this flow chart, we think that, how can we do that? ये तो बहुत difficult है, ये नहीं कर सकता हूँ. This is the competition you have at the end of the day. People who are not having all the facilities, people who come from poor background, people who have lost vision, do all this. You have everything with you. Okay, what you should show is your courage to come out of your comfort zones, show determination to clear in first and second attempt, incorporate all the feedback what you get from the mentors and correct it. Don't, I mean, Vivek sir was telling that you should every day write secure answer. Write that. Okay, don't feel that, okay, I don't have the content. Nobody will have the content in first attempt. First, when you write first time, show the courage to write, get it corrected, get the feedback. Okay, I was telling about Nikhil Bulawar sir's story. He wrote 50 essays, he got corrected, and he got more than 150 marks second time. That is the amount of effort he had put to take his marks from 156 to 56 to 150 and this is the story. And you might be knowing about Balaji DK sir also. I have heard from Vinay sir, when Balaji DK sir used to go to Vinay sir to get his essay paper corrected. Let's say you have written an essay on women. He used to get corrected from Vinay sir, and Vinay sir used to give him feedback. He used to go back home and write the same essay again, get back to Vinay sir, show that, sir, this is what I have written. After seeing your feedback, I have corrected like this. I have written the same essay again. Please correct it again. This is the courage and determination you should show. Okay. This is, if you don't do all this, it is very difficult to clear this examination because there is lot of competition. You saw the competition, right? Person who is blind could do all that and clear the exam and get 142nd rank. His story continues. I mean, his story is very tragic even after this. After getting 142nd rank to get this service, his story is tragic. I won't go into that because you have to listen from him actually to get more motivated. So at the end, I would say that sitting here, getting into institution, paying money will not get you into service. You should show your courage to come out of your comfort zone, correct all the mistakes what your mentors will give, consistently work on your weakness, turn into strength and clear the exam. This is what you need to do. Don't take the exam as to be an 6 attempt exam. Don't have your perseverance to clear the exam in 6 attempts. Show your perseverance and determination to clear in first and second attempt. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Hemant, for the wonderful effort that you actually put, to prepare PPT, come here and motivate in such a tremendous manner. So I'm sure you're all motivated now, right? So whatever he said, at the end of the day, it is your attitude, persistent, that we keep repeating this. Okay, we keep repeating so that you get conditioned, you get these things imprinted in your mind and heart, and follow the words we have been telling you since the morning. So now I welcome Vishnu, so very dear student of mine and Insights IAS, and he is also working as mentor. He guides you in ethics and answer writing, and he will speak few words about his journey and for you few words of motivation. Thank you.
So, thank you, Vinay sir, and thank you, Insights IAS. So first, many of the fellow toppers have touched upon the nitty-gritties of doing the proper preparation, the test, what books, how to study, all these things. What I want to talk about is why the decision you have taken is exactly correct. So how it will be helping you, why coming here was right decision, and what else in the upcoming days what you have to do. Not about preparation but about using this atmosphere, all these things. To tell about my experience, I started after resigning my job in 2016, and for around a year I was at my home for my preparation. So this examination is something like there is no do's and don'ts set out by the ruler or the authority, which is UPSC. It's a very opaque exam where we don't know what to write, how to take a stand, how to write an introduction, can we cross the word limit or not. So there are so many things where we don't have any do's and don'ts. So what happens is we end up doing like going behind our own assumptions, our own perspectives about this exam, which is not always true. Okay, that is the main problem. So when I was at my home doing my preparation, I used to study. Indeed, I was well motivated then also. I was studying around 13 to 14 hours from the day one. So what I used to imagine is when an IAS officer is a very great personality, like administering a whole district, having so many power, running the nation, so they will be very high intellectuals, so these kind of subconscious assumptions we make, and I was thinking like I should also become such an intellectual. So when I read in the newspaper, what I used to do is I think that I should write in such a tone and such hi-fi language. So I have adopted it, and I was writing very complex things, complex thinking. My thinking has become very deeply philosophical and intellectual, and I was studying so many things. I thought success in the examination comes with by reading so many books, being highly philosophical, very intellectual. It's a show off of intellect. All these assumptions, wrong assumptions. But what happened at the end is I was like studying so many books, so many things. I couldn't even revise. I did not know what I studied, what was there, how to take them back, how to revise. Nothing. So I ended up not even clearing that prelims, despite studying for 13 hours. You can imagine. So then what happened, I even that time I did not know what to do, but I don't know, it is all, some things are accidental, some divine accidents happen. My mother, who is not much educated, she was telling that you should go Bangalore and look at some institutions who will help you, something like that. So it was that year also, fortunately, and as Insights is always proud of that, Nandini ma'am has got rank 1, and Insights has started a very institutionalized OGP program. So that is the OGP 1, and I have joined that program. So it was a very big, in fact, a turning point in my preparation indeed. I don't think if I haven't come here, I would have got this rank, I would have cleared, and I would have been this confident. So now I am in IRS, I am planning to get IAS, and I am quite confident now of getting that, because I have come here, I have learned many things, I am learning even now from Vinay sir. So that is the thing. So what is the role? What has been the change happened after coming here? Is it's any coaching institute, what it does is actually it's not about the mentors, the faculties, the tips they give. What it does, it creates an environment, an atmosphere where you can interact with multiple people. Some people who have cleared, some people who are going to clear, some people who are doing something very wrong. Some people know what is wrong, what is right, so many things. Be it a fresher with you, like all you people, or some senior people among yourself, some toppers, some faculty, some mentors. So there is a wisdom needed for clearing this examination. As I said, it has some do's and don'ts, but it is not written. So it is spreaded everywhere. It is intangible in a sense. So you want to interact with many people, your fellow aspirants, with the mentors, with the faculties, and get to know what is right and verify each time whatever you are doing is right or not. That I was not doing. That's why I was living in a shell. I was doing what is not required, and I couldn't come out with flying colors because I was doing all wrong things. So what this space which you have come to create gives you is source of wisdom from different directions which you want to use very wisely. So how do you want to use this is interact with many people, interact with the mentors regularly, interact with Vinay sir regularly. And how it has helped me, for instance, was, see, first of all, this environment itself is like a very competitive environment. It is like a college, so you will be attending classes. In the classes itself you want to write tests, and there are monthly tests where the ranks are given. It's an highly competitive and motivating environment, and how it happened, we don't know. My whole batch had a very big aura about Vinay sir. So when we meet him, we get a lot of motivation when he speaks, when he tells some comments, something like that. So, but what happened, we don't know that we can access a director of institution so easily. So how it happened was, it's been around 3 or 4 days I joined the OGP program. So we were in a study hall. All the infrastructure are new. We were the first to use all these things. So me and some of my friends were just studying, and we were coming out for a dinner. So he came from his room, and he was suddenly encountering us, and there were around some 5-6 people. He asked, why you people are not coming to me? Why you guys are not writing answers? Why not get it evaluated from me? So anyway, we were instructed that we should everyday write answers. So we were writing, but we don't know that we can show to Vinay sir. So that time I shown my answer. So that was a very big moment for me. After seeing just my 2 answers, he said, one day you will definitely get a rank, and I'm sure that will happen very soon in this attempt itself. So that was really a very big turning point for me, and it's so refreshing. Even today, there are many points of demotivation happening to everyone. So I remember those moments. That is one of my source of motivation. So such motivation is what also this environment gives, other than the wisdom. So apart from that, so I used to regularly go and meet him. I used to show my essays, especially I should talk about my essay. Because if I haven't shown my essays, I don't think I would have got a rank 100%. So when I shown my essay, I went with this assumption that I wrote a great essay that I will impress him. Okay, so what he said that I'll get 25 marks. So I said, sir, how come with 50 marks, how will I clear this exam? He said, no, not total 25, because you have totally 2 essays in the paper. Total is not total will be 25, not per essay 25. So per essay I'll get 12 and a half, right? So that's what he said. So it's been a very great transformation. So I regularly used to meet him and get my essays evaluated. And I also, with my observation, even now I can make a comment on what the right methodology is, who knows what. So in this years of preparation, it's very rare to find a person who has wisdom over the entire process of this examination, and who is also accessible. I don't think in any other institution you can go and meet the director of the institution so easily and show your answers. Okay, so he's also such a person who is very motivating. He's also very, he refreshes us. He has a very great sense of humor also. So you all should go whenever you get time, and you should definitely go. It's not about the time. You should regularly meet him and get your answers checked, definitely your essays, if you are a person like me. So what happened after coming here is, I understood this examination does not require too much of hard work, too much of intellect. Of course, IQ is required for every profession, but this exam requires wide array of knowledge, not specialized knowledge, and so many smart things required. So one thing I tell you is not touching about the minute details about the preparation. Success needs you to be not just a lion but a fox. All right. So we all think. So as I thought, most of us, even now, you people will be thinking, I will hard work. I'll work hard for 14 hours, 16 hours. I'll not sleep. There are days, I'll really tell you. Some of my friends even got astonished. How can I do such a preparation? There are days I did not sleep and continuously prepared my optional. So that does not matter. Actually, it does not matter. What matters is what is the benefit you are going to get for the cost. So what is the right thing to get, a right procedure, right do's and don'ts to get the maximum benefit. That is what this institution will provide you. Regularly attend the classes, go to the mentors, go to your faculties, and properly take the feedback and ingrain it within your preparation. Be always, whatever you do, you just think how much output it's going to give you for the cost you are putting in. Okay, definitely for the first 3 months, I'm telling it's going to be an uncharted water traveling in that, because you don't have any idea. So you keep on trying to do something, and each time you do, it's very good that you came to this place. That's why I said already you have a list of do's and don'ts going to be given by your mentors and the institution. So, and also you will be taking some decisions among these two, which book I'll read, how many hours I'll spend, how many answers I'll write. So these times, just ask yourself what is wise, okay, not just what is great. Okay, don't try to be great, try to be very wise. In my 2018 attempt, what I did was, once I saw the paper, I really thought I'll get rank 1. So that was the confidence I had, because, but what I was doing is, I was writing like lot of trying to be very great by bringing so great points, great presentation. I ended up not being able to finish some 5 questions in each paper. All right. So be very wise. As I said, not just be a lion, be a fox. That is very, very important to sail through this examination. So apart from that, as I said, interact with as many people as possible. Okay. But respecting your privacy and rights, don't make a big gang or even a small gang of friends. Make a gang of aspirants, but not a gang of friends. Okay, I have seen many getting deviated by making so many friends, and more than friendship, all these things which will spoil your preparation. Definitely I've seen in my eyes. So be very cautious about that, because coming here alone is not enough. Using this and treating a right path is also very necessary. So also I'll be here always. I'll be here at Insights. I'll be doing mentoring. I'll be setting questions, evaluations. So whenever you feel you have some doubts to be asked, so you can come to me. Definitely I'll try to help you. So all the very best. I would only tell that you have come to your right place and you just want to do the right things. You will end up in the right destination. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishnu. Thank you for wonderful words. Now I welcome Abhishek to speak to you a few words. He was also our OGP student with Vishnu, and now he's an IAS officer, and coming from very humble background. So if he is IAS today, it's purely because of hard work. The kind of hard work we rarely see. And please, Abhishek.
Good afternoon, all. Firstly, I can understand the anxiety and the tension you people are going through in this phase. Prelims is just 74 days away from now. So I was also in this phase 1 year back. I was very underconfident because I studied in Kannada medium school till 10th standard. Then I was not I didn't know I could able to clear this exam, but still I had that urge to clear IAS, and I want to become an IAS officer. So that urge was there with me always. Already the motivation part and the process of this preparation part was dealt detailedly by Hemant sir and Vivek sir and Vishnu. So I'll just share my experience, like what are the reasons of failure for my first 2 attempts. First 2 attempts I couldn't able to clear prelims only. Third attempt I cleared prelims, mains and interview, and I got 278th rank and got into IAS. So first I'll speak about my what are the reasons for my failures in first two attempts, what mistakes I've made. So as everyone other aspirants, I used to get influenced by many other materials, and whatever study materials available in the market I used to take and study a lot. So for example, to give an example, during 2017 prelims I referred 5 institute ka test series, Vajiram Insights, Vision, Shankar IAS, etc. So I solved everything once, but I couldn't get time to revise it. Vinay sir kept telling in OGP every time, revision is the mantra, revision is the motto to clear this exam. But I couldn't able to do revision. That like made me fail in prelims. Again, like 2018 attempt, I actually studied properly. Same mistakes I did again, like many sources. Then I was concentrating on optional and mains also. There also I used to study various study materials. So the same mistake I did. Then one more thing I want to share is that once we fail in prelims, or once or twice we'll fail in prelims, we'll become very underconfident that world is gonna end, or we are not in the right path. So what if we are not able to clear this exam? So many thoughts will come to our mind, and we can't able to concentrate on our studies. But unlike these thoughts, I sat and thought about my preparation till now, like till that time. Then I realized I was not given 100% effort, and what genuine efforts I was supposed to give to that exam. So I realized I am making so many mistakes. So then I spoke to Vinay sir. Vinay sir told you should restrict to minimal sources, and you should keep revising the same materials. Then I realized. Then I started June 2018 attempt. June prelims was there, but I couldn't able to clear. So from July I sat. From that day till the this result, 2019 attempt ka result, I consistently studied. And from I still remember the date, from 10th July till March 30th. Every day I used to write one secure answer without missing a single day. So that helped me a lot for both prelims and mains, because when you write a secure answer, you'll get a conceptual clarity about a particular topic. That helped me a lot. And to give an example, as Hemant sir and Vishnu said, essay, in my case also, when I first wrote my essay and showed it to Vinay sir gave 25 marks, I still remember. And that also, like, he gave more marks to motivate me. If I read that essay, I thought I would have given less marks than that. So definitely that was the turning point, I would say. But Vinay sir motivated me. If you keep writing every week without missing a single week, you will definitely get a good marks in essay. So from that week till my mains time, almost 35 to 40 essays I wrote. Now in this attempt I got 143 marks. So definitely from 25 to 70 plus marks is because of consistent efforts and writing practice. If no one, like anyone, can do this only because of consistent efforts and like hard work. And one more thing I want to tell, now we'll be studying in Insight. Some friends will be studying in other institutes, or when you go to coffee or tea, you people will discuss. Then they'll tell this current affairs material is good, this institute ka material is good. So we'll get influenced by it easily. So one thing worked for me is in 2019 attempt, I stick on to only one set of materials, and I, for example, prelims also one test series I took, and 3 to 4 times I revised. So that helped me a lot. And main thing, when I interacted with seniors also during prelims and mains preparation, they used to tell you should give more focus to static subjects rather than current affairs, because current affairs is too unpredictable, like which part will come or not, you don't know. So give more focus to static part of the subjects, so that you can excel in prelims and mains both. So that is one point I wanted to tell. apart from that, during this phase, like 2.5 months is there for prelims now. This part, what you need to do. What I did was during that phase, what I did was, like I as I told before, static part I concentrated more. So every week I used to take one subject. For example, polity Lakshmikant, if I take Lakshmikant, I used to finish in 1 week. Then the polity related test series I used to take and revise it. So if you read textbook and then solve test series, it's like 2 times revision. So that will give you proper clarity about that subject. Then simultaneously, during this time, that current affairs compilations will be there. Any institute material, whichever is comfortable for you, you can take and read. Then one more thing you have to do is, previous year 4 to 5 years UPSC prelims question papers you have to take, and you have to see the trend, and like you have to analyze what is the purpose of asking this question, how it is relevant, like is it current affairs related, is it static related, why the question has been asked. So that analysis you have to do, so that will helps you a lot to clear prelims. And one more thing, many of us, including me, will neglect CSAT paper. The second paper will neglect, thinking that we are from engineering background or we are from science, science and technical background, so we know these things. So we'll neglect that. So don't neglect that. I used to write CSAT test series here in Insights only every week without a miss. So that is also one more thing you must do to clear prelims. And as I already told, for mains part of preparation, writing is the motto. Like many of other aspirants, they'll make topic wise notes, and they'll make answer like everything ready, and they'll revise it. But I didn't have that much time, so I followed completely inside Secure. I took 1 year ka Secure synopsis, and I just revised it 3 to 4 times, and that helped me a lot. Then mains, one more thing, like 3 things you have to concentrate: essay, ethics and optional. If you are strong in these areas, definitely GS is like, even if you study a lot also, there will be a 10 to 15 marks variation. So essay, ethics and optional, these 3 you have to focus more. If you focus on this, mains also is like easy to clear. And interview, as Vivek sir told, Vinay sir is the best person to guide. One-to-one interview and individual guidance, genuine feedback, everything helps us a lot. I was very underconfident and I was very shy to talk and all, but he molded me, and Vinay sir molded me and made me clear. I am very thankful to Insights and Vinay sir. And in this platform, I wanted to tell, many of you are from rural background or from Kannada medium background. You will be thinking, can I able to clear this exam? You are underconfident. Some of you are underconfident, but I want to use this opportunity telling that if you are hardworking and consistent, if you are able to give minimum 10 hours to studies, quality 10 hours to study every day without miss, and you will definitely clear. And one more thing is, you need to take regular feedback from Vinay sir. That's what I used to do. Even if he is giving less marks also, even if you tell you need to improve a lot, you should take that positively. Next time, he used to tell me that this essay is not good, you have to improve a lot, there is a lot of scope for improvement. At the same time, he used to motivate, if you keep writing, definitely you will be there one day. So that I used to take as a motivation. Next time when I go show this answer to Vinay sir, he should tell this is a good answer, very good. So that motivation kept on helped me to move on and clear this exam. So everyone should have confidence, then consistency, that is the main thing. Consistency is the motto, and revision for prelims. So these 3 things keep in mind, and all the best for everyone for the prelims. And next year I want to see everyone in the list. So definitely everyone will clear, not this year, next year or next year everyone will clear. But only thing everyone should have is confidence and be consistent. Thank you.
So thank you, Abhishek. Thank you so much. See, when they say that I had given low marks to them, like Vishnu said, he said, Abhishek. and there are so many people. But what happens? There are two category of students. If you give low marks, one category will never turn up again. They will never come. They get demotivated. I don't say in a demotivating manner actually. I say that, so this is the level of competition you have, right? In the same batch or in the same institution, there is one person who is writing consistently, scoring 75 plus when he comes for evaluation, whereas your essay is still not meeting that standard of the competition, the demand of the examination. So now we were at the stage of say 25, 30, 40, 45, but we will also tell them, if you do this kind of hard work based on the feedback given to that specific essay or answer, after these many months or after this much of hard work, your marks will definitely improve. So this another category of student, so they come again, they follow, and that is why they become successful, they become officers. So that is what I was talking about in the earlier part. Officer like conduct, the attitude, that really matters a lot. So Hemant, he also gave an example of Nikhil. He actually got 45 marks, so then it increased to 159 marks in the essay, and because of that 159 marks he was able to get the rank 107. I think he is Karnataka IPS, so he is now the anti-Naxal force head, I think, so in the coastal region. And Nandini, in her first attempt when she got rank, she had scored 84 marks in essay, and she came, she also, despite she was already in IRS customs, but despite being in IRS customs without any ego, she used to come regularly, almost once in a week, get her essays evaluated, and her score improved to 143. So that jump actually contributed hugely for her success. Similarly, this 143, when Abhishek said, that is extraordinary score in that attempt, because very few people have scored, like if you look top 20, top 30, only very few people have scored 140 plus in essay. So imagine somebody coming from Kannada medium and competing with people who are from national law schools, who are from topmost colleges in India, Delhi University, and having such kind of English education since the pre-KG, preschool, right? So if you have to match to that competency, right? So when talent, stays silent, it is a hard work which actually compensates, right? Hard work beats talent anytime, any day. And also, like, my own journey is similar to that. I'm not at all talented, so again, not that hard working also, but it's the consistency basically. So consistency has kind of motivated us to stay ahead in this. So now I welcome Nidin to speak few words to you. His journey, you can read his article also, very motivating. So I welcome Nidin. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me thank Vinay sir for giving me this opportunity. My name is Nidin K. Bichu. I have secured All India rank of 89 and I am in IRS in IT now. And it was my third attempt. In my first attempt, I was able to clear the prelims. In the second attempt, I couldn't clear the prelims. And in the third attempt, I was able to clear the entire examination. Now, since you have already heard about a lot of things about the preparation, I would just summarize it. I would just say some key points to keep in mind as beginners. So everyone I assume that most of the people sitting here are beginners, and from a beginner's perspective, what all things you should keep in mind, I'll be telling now. So the first thing is, most of you are from, like, all of you are from diverse backgrounds. Some of you might be engineers, some of you might be doctors, some of you might be from arts and commerce background. So coming from a different background, you may not have the base in a lot of subjects. For example, in my case, I didn't have a good command over economics because I'm an engineer and I didn't know economics much. So first thing to keep in mind is to ensure that you identify those subjects which you are weak in and try to build a base, a thorough base over all the subjects. Okay, for that you attend the classes, keep in touch with the teachers. If you have any doubt, go to them, clarify all the concepts which you have doubts in. So the conceptual clarity, it is the basic building block of UPSC preparation. So that is the first thing. So all the important subjects like polity, economy, modern history, art and culture, ancient India, medieval India. So in this manner, try to build up a base for all the subjects. So attend the classes and try to read the NCRTs for the getting a good base in it. Now, like simultaneously, take a printout of the UPSC syllabus. So it is there available in the website. Okay, you take the printout of the prelim syllabus, the main syllabus, okay, and try to go through each points in the syllabus, what UPSC expects from you. Okay, that should be very clear to you. Once you are clear with that only, then only you can align your preparation as per the demand of UPSC. So be even it is beneficial if you try to by heart the syllabus also. So when you by heart the syllabus, the benefit is that whenever, assume you read a current affairs article in the newspaper, you will be able to link it with the syllabus. Okay, you will be able to link it with the syllabus and you will understand that, okay, this is an important article because it is mentioned in the syllabus. So that is the importance of knowing the syllabus. Okay, so these are the things which you should do in the beginning. Another thing is, like, from the beginning itself, try to read the newspaper. So the most preferred newspaper is the Hindu newspaper. Initially it will be very difficult, like it will be a bit difficult to understand the articles, but you should not leave it, you should not replace it with anything else. Okay, try to read the newspaper within like a week or two, you'll see the improvement, and be consistent with it. It is important for all stages of the preparation. Okay, so that is about the Hindu newspaper. Now another very important thing which you have to keep in mind is take your focus away from the result. If you try to focus on the result from the day one itself, you might get tensed a lot. Okay, so you should ensure that you should enjoy the process of UPSC preparation. So many of you might have come here with your own, like you want to do UPSC, right? You have that passion in yourself. So keep that passion high and try to enjoy the process of the preparation rather than worrying about whether I will clear pre, mains or interview, or worrying about the success rate in the examination. You don't have to worry about anything. If you take care of the process, then the process will take care of your result. Okay, so that is one thing which you have to keep in your mind. Then another thing is, like, keep the preparation the prime factor, the most important part of your life from now onwards. Okay, everything else comes secondary. Okay, so everything else in your life should revolve around your preparation. Okay, so that is the main thing. Like, if you think that preparation can be just a part of your day, that is not the way to do it. Okay, this should consume the major portion of your day. Okay, so everything else, your friends, your family, keep everything, I am not telling keep everything aside, but keep it as a secondary importance. Fine. Then when it comes to the environment here, so here in Bangalore, in Chandra Layout, like, you have a very good atmosphere of preparation. Try to utilize the best out of it. When it comes to insights, you have a lot of teachers, you have a lot of mentors. As sir told you, you will be assigned mentors. Everyone will be assigned mentors. So utilize the mentorship opportunities, the teaching opportunities, the library facilities. So whatever you are able to get here, try to utilize it your best so that your preparation will be more efficient. Okay. Then including you can as everyone, like as sir has mentioned, like sir is very much accessible to everyone. Like, you can definitely go and meet him, show your answers. Personally, I was able to benefit from insights like in all stages of my preparation, my prelims test series, my mains test series, and personal guidance from Vinay sir for interview preparation and even mains preparation. I used to show my answers to Vinay sir. So all the things, try to utilize the maximum out of the environment which you are having here. And finally, the most important part, you might study a lot of things, a lot of books, but the most important part is the skill which you need for the examination. When it comes to the skill for prelims, it is the idea of elimination, the idea of writing, the skill of writing, attempting a question, even if you are not able to, you don't know it correctly. For example, there is a question in prelims, you don't know, you don't have sufficient knowledge to it, still try to reach the answer. So this skill you should be able to develop after a lot of studies and a lot of practice of test series. So this skill for prelims is important, and similarly for mains, the skill of answer writing becomes very important. Okay, so try to write answers from day one itself. So many of my friends have emphasized upon the secure initiative. So it is a free initiative by Insights. You get like 7 to 8 questions in the Insights website. It will be given daily, and how to write the question, a brief idea on how to attempt the question will be given, and after like 2-3 days the synopsis of the answer will be given. So try to utilize secure initiative and try to write answers from day one. Initially you won't be having a lot of content, but over a period of time you will be able to develop what is necessary for the examination, right? So in this manner, try to align yourself with the demand of the question, both from the knowledge perspective and from the skill perspective. This is what I want to say to you at the end of the day. And don't take too much stress in your preparation. Be chilled out. Okay, just seek out help whenever you need it. Even I'll be doing my mentorship in Insights only, so you'll be able to meet me also along with Vishnu. So for any help, we'll be there with you. Have a great preparation process. Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhin. Thank you for the insightful talk. Yeah, so when they say that they were showing answer to me and essay to me, you don't have to come to me alone, right? For example, Jaydev, rank 5, he used to show answers to Sudeep sir regularly. He was his mentor, right? So essay and ethics, I used to see. Answers GS, everyone is equally good. The kind of mentors we have, as you are seeing, and nearly 20 plus mentors are there. They are carefully selected, based on their dedication, their own talent, intelligence, their own track record. So you can actually go to whoever is your mentor. You can confidently, with courage, you can go to them, show your answers and essays, evaluated anytime. So we have been keep repeating, essay answers. So this is the culture here. We want you to write from day one, and that is the only path to success. If you don't improve writing skills, if you don't improve the attitude required for interview to score better marks, you will never be able to pass this examination. So from day one it starts. Don't get influenced by anyone who says that not to write answers from day one or essays from first week. Whatever comes to your mind, you just write it. Okay, so are you all confident now? Motivated? Pumped up? Okay, so don't ever get deviated. Don't ever deviate. Stay the course. It is very hard, difficult. Never leave it, and we are with you. We are going to be with you till the end of this journey. So wish you all the best and welcome you once again. Thank you so much. So we are having basic classes. There is one class on syllabus itself. Have you seen the timetable? Right. So nobody is doing that anywhere. So we understand that syllabus is important. So there will be like 1 or 2 hour class on syllabus itself. You have to today go take printout of the syllabus, right? Memorize, look into previous year papers, try to relate, right? Because there will be a surprise test on syllabus itself in the very first class. Okay, so those who do not do well in the test, from day one we will understand who is serious and who is non-serious, and who actually learned so many things from this class or who didn't pay attention to this class. We will have a track on the students who actually perform well, right, from day one. It is like intelligence bureau, right, like having an eye on you without you noticing. We will be getting the feedback, we will be noting who is doing well. So when the stage comes, we will give you all the attention that you need to clear the examination. So take things seriously. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.